Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Exotic Astrology. And today's quiz was a very interesting one. Who is known as a Mahatma? Options were oops. First option was Bhishma Pitama, and most of you have ticked Bhishma as the option. And second is Satyaki. Bhishma is obvious. He's a very famous character from the Mahabharata. Who is Satyaki? Satyaki is a very intimate friend of Lord Krishna. And then we have option C as Vidur. Vidur is also a very famous character, not as famous as Bhishma, but equally important, if not more. He is the younger stepbrother of Dhritarashtra and Pandu. And then we have number D, Shantanu Maharaj, who is the father of Bhishma Pitama. So brother is there, father is there, son is there, everybody is there, friend is also there. All right. So who is the correct answer? Well, in essence, all the four are correct. All of these great personalities, they are Mahatmas. But the Mahabharata coins this term to one and only the great Vidur. Why? Because he is a Mahatma. Why? Because if you see his life, you will understand. Now, what is the meaning of the word Mahatma actually? People think Mahatma means Mahan Atma. Now, many people can have different definitions of what a Mahatma is, but when we coin terms from scriptures, it's very important that we use the authority of the scriptures. Otherwise, we may whimsically make our own words. All right. So, how to know who is a Mahatma? So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritimashritah bhajanti ananya manaso gyatva bhuta adimavyayam. This is a very famous shloka from the Bhagavad Gita directly. So Krishna says, Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritimashritam. One who takes shelter of my divine spiritual potency is a Mahatma. Bhajanti ananya manaso gyatva bhutadim avyayam. That gyatva means to know. Bhutadim avyayam. That one who knows that I am the source of everything. And he bhajanti ananya manaso. One who chants my glories with ananya manaso means with a lot of attraction, and lot of admiration actually. So that person is a Mahatma actually. And we see Bhishma Pitama also does this elaborately in the Vishnu Sahasranam. That's what he had spoken. But Vidur is a very special personality. Vidur, he is Yamaraj himself, and he was cursed by one rishi. If you know who was the rishi, then write it down in the comments. Let me see how many of you can answer. So this is like a quiz inside a quiz. So Vidur was cursed by one rishi due to some reason. It's a long story. To come and take birth in a human family. Yes, birth in a human family is actually a curse. And then Vidur had taken birth as the son of Maharishi Vyasdev. Okay, he was born through Niyog, um, and therefore he is one of the stepbrothers of Pandu and Dhritarashtra. And he is a very eloquent personality, very knowledgeable. He is known as Mahatma because he always used to chant Krishna's glories all the time, 24 hours. And he was made the prime minister of the kingdom by Bhishma Pitama himself. And everybody unanimously cheered his decision when he announced that Vidur will be the prime minister. And Vidur was the one who had told to the cabinet that Dhritarashtra does not have eyes to see, he's blind. So therefore, Pandu should be the king even though he is younger. Okay. So Vidur exemplifies this the act of, as you say, the time, place, circumstances. So not that superficially somebody is elder, so you make him the king. Ultimately, the king is supposed to protect the citizens. So therefore, it is much better that the person who can see protects the kingdom. So he said that Pandu should be the king. And then he did not become the king. I mean Vidur himself, but he never protested because he was not born from a Chatrani. So therefore, he was not qualified to be a king, but he was the prime minister. And Vidur did not protest. Oh, this is not good. This is not right. He accepted that as a part of his destiny. But Duryodhana could not accept this. And the highest glorification of Vidur is done during that moment when Krishna had come as a Shanti Doot to Hastinapur to become a mediator between the both the sides to stop the war. But Duryodhana had offered Krishna, lavish meals, royal palace, so many gifts and so many allurements to bring Krishna on the side of the Kurus. But Krishna said, "No, I won't accept all this. I won't accept, I won't have your chapan bhog. Instead, I will go and eat the dry chapati and sarso ka saag, as they say, in Vidur's house." And at that time, Vidur was not there, unfortunately. And Vidur's wife, Vidur Rani, as they say, she was there. And this is a very beautiful pastime when Vidur's wife, when she was serving Krishna, giving him food, she was so much engrossed and absorbed in seeing Krishna that she forgot. So what she did by mistake, she took a banana, she peeled it, and she threw the banana, and she gave Krishna the banana peel actually. Okay, and she went on doing this repeatedly. Can you imagine somebody so absorbed that that person has forgotten that you are giving a waste product instead of the fruit which is inside? And then Krishna, as Lord Ram had exemplified this, he had accepted the remnants which Shabri had tasted in the Ramayana, and although that is jutha, which is very dirty, very contaminated, considered to be, Lord Ram accepted it without any discrimination, even when Lakshman did not like that very much. So Lakshman said, "Why are you eating jutha? You should not eat ideally." But Lord Ram said, "No, whatever is offered with love and devotion, I always accept." As Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, that patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti uparutam ashnami priyatatmana. This is what he says. And he accepted the love of Vidurji's wife. And then later on, when Vidur came and he saw this disaster that all the bananas are falling and there are no peels. So Vidurji he went totally into trance because by the power of his meditation, he could see what had just happened actually. And he realized the power of devotion, and he was overwhelmed and he broke down into tears. And when he realized that Krishna had accepted the love of his wife, and even though these rejected banana peels Krishna had eaten, so when he remembers this, he becomes very emotional all the time, and he tried his best to stop the Kurukshetra war, but all his words fell in deaf ears, and Duryodhana had insulted him very badly. He said, "Get out, you bloody." And he left the assembly, and then that led to the downfall of the entire Kuru dynasty. Okay, I mean Dhritarashtra's lineage. All right, and then Yudhishthir Maharaj was coronated as the emperor. And later on, he had also followed Dhritarashtra with Gandhari and Kunti, and he also left to the forest and he went back to the spiritual world. All right. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.